A lot of this stuff is just a combination of things that have come in the store, and I'm always digging around and looking in places where people don't usually look for records. This was probably the most incredible find that we've ever had. This is actually the mother for Slim Harpo Scratch My Back. It was a house call. As I was going through the stacks, I picked a couple boxes up and I was like, wow, these are a lot heavier. And the guy was like, yeah, they're these old copper plates. They're like metal records. And I was like, oh, can I take a look at them? We looked at them and I was like, oh, what are you gonna do with these? And the scrapper was literally on the way to pick them up. I mean, I have no idea what the value is on this because this is the only one. They're the original plates to some of the greatest music in America. This is maybe one of the rarer Cincinnati 45s. It's the Contours I Found a Love on Finch. This record came in probably about 10 years ago. It came into the store on a Christmas Eve and we were super busy and this lady brought in a Purcell Marian gym bag. One of my employees that was going through, I was like, just give her a round dollar amount and just give her the money and that's it. So he was just like, all right, here's $50. You know, I'm going through them and it's like dollar, 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 dollar. And I was like, oh my God, there's a Finch 45. There's a Finch Contours 45. Then there was 3 of them in there, which as far as I know, I think there might be 5 of them. The value, we sold one for, I think, $3,000. We sold another one for $4,000 and then we have this one. But I wanna know how the lady got them. You know, like I would be more than happy to like split the money with her, but you know, she was here one day and then gone and that was it. So the Whale Feathers, the great Cincinnati psych band, they always kind of get second mention next to the Sacred Mushroom, but I like these records just as much. This is another like psych record that I like from Cincinnati called Faces of Jade. It was kind of real Beatles-esque. I think these go for like 400 or 600 now. Jim Allman, who was the main guy in the band, he is like the county auditor up in Lebanon, Ohio now. Here's a great 45. This is from the great Jimmy James Thomas, I Can't Dance. Probably maybe the first integrated band in Cincinnati. Jimmy James was, he was African-American. He played sax with Lonnie Mack. They used to go for many hundreds. Now it got reissued recently. So it's probably dropped, I don't know, maybe 150 or 200 bucks or something like that. This is a great one here. This is Tough Enough by the Bees, which is Sugarfoot Bonner when he was young, before he was in the Ohio Players. And here's Tammy Montgomery on Try Me, which was James Brown's like personal label. And then Tammy Montgomery later changed her name to Tammy Terrell and then recorded for Motown. This is called A Girl Like You, which is a pretty great Cincinnati garager. Baba Thomas, Miss Shake It, our theme song. This is probably my favorite Cincinnati female rockabilly song, Cool Cool Daddy by Lee Jones. The local stuff we keep because it's of personal interest to me. This is like our sorting room. We're always looking for like local ephemera too. I mean, signed Billy Ward records and our photos and old King catalogs. The King pins, they were a King artist. Ivory Joe Hunter was King. Lula Reed, Sonny Thompson. You know, so we're always like beating the pavement for this kind of stuff too. But it's amazing, like this was stuck in a record. It's the negative to a tiny Topsy 8x10. Like, it's truly amazing what's like stuck inside of records. So this is a James Brown. They were called black and brown stamps, and this was after the LA riots to kind of like get people in Watts to support black businesses. Like they would go to a business and then they would get X amount of stamps based on the amount of dollars that they would spend. These are all like James Brown tour programs. There's a picture of James Brown with Hubert Humphrey for his Stay in School, Don't Be a Dropout campaign at the White House. It's amazing, you know, we're kind of like, if we don't intercept the car on the way to the dump, it's all going to Rumpke, so you just never know. That's the great thing about like working in and owning a record shop is like every day you're learning something. Like every day I realize how much I don't know.